All right, we're live. I've actually gathered a couple of good questions, and I just kind of wrote this on here. I'm just kind of going from there. Geez, if for some reason I feel like huge right now looking at myself in the camera. I don't know why. Let's see, everything's on. Okay. Let me just double check everything. Okay, that's ringtone. No, don't want that. Anything else? Okay, good. All right. This was another story that was really close to the heart, and well, see how it goes from here. Okay. Why a wolf in white ears? Well, I want somebody that also had, ears in it, and I wanted something that, where opposites could attract. So, wolf, Nico, yeah. Some say it wasn't doable, but it worked. How many hours are into this story alone? The last two chapters in the epilogue took me on and off about a whole weekend, just about that. Now, some chapters could be a few hours apiece, it depends. But literally, like a whole Saturday with one of the last chapters, I think I put in like 6 or 7 hours. Then, like the epilogue was probably like 2 hours in there. All in all, I know it's at least 100. 120 ish could be more than that. 150 seems like a stretch. 200 is no way. Let's see, what do I do? I work in Brewster, New York for a cerebral palsy company. Clean bathrooms, mound landscaping, plumbing, repair work, handyman training, just something I do right now. But on the side, I really want to get into, doing, just some more mentoring, essay help, editing, stuff like that. I mean, I know I got dirty hands and, I do blue collar work and such, but I mean, it just sucks because I see a lot of people get, I'm not sure if it's ripped off as the word, but I mean, tutoring's expensive. I mean, I just kind of, even though some of these people have like, oh, they have like a master's degree in this, sometimes they just want to kind of just been like, okay, your hour's done, move on, and kind of this and that. It's like, let me just sit down, see how your writing style is, see what we could do, get close. And I think that's what happened a lot here on Wattpad is, I mean, it just came to like, for some people, it came for just like a tip here and there, and then it just came to like, hey man, how's your day going? And I'm like, hey, good, bad, whatever. Everybody's different, and that is what I think is great about writing is everyone's different. It's okay to be different. Of course, there's like some standard rules to improve yourself, but everything's different. This one I actually put in early in the Q&A. Will there be a sequel? And the answer is yes. Absolutely. Now, I'm hoping for sometime during the spring. No exact date yet, and I'm just going to leave it for that right now. Let's see. Why no wedding scene? Well, that's kind of reason why you should wait for the sequel. It's going to go into a couple of things, but I will showcase the wedding in white ears. I think that's very important, and it's going to be something that is part of part two. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be one of those stories that are going to be pretty interesting. Nate, Tony, what's happening? Let's see. How many people did you think, looking back, would read and vote on your stories? Also, will you notice me, Senpai? That's Twist. She's awesome. She really is. Let's see. I kind of look back. Today is November 1st. I got a memory saying that October 29th, 2017, I had 1,000 followers. I look now, and I got over 2,500. It's close to 2,600. And to be honest with you, I'll never forget this story. My professor and I, he was a great guy, though kind of a masshole. It's a term we use for people from Massachusetts. Asshole from Massachusetts, masshole. Yeah, put one and two together. He kind of say, he goes, look, kid, you're a storyteller, but I mean, as far as journalism and everything else, I'm just not sure if it's there's work. You enjoy it, but there's just work. It just did not go well that semester at all for me, and I was I was depressed for a while, and I tried to not let anyone see through it. I tried to just tackle work and everything else like it was no problem. I try not to have my girlfriend see through it, my mother, everybody. And it ended up being a couple short stories and such. And, I got into anime a couple months ago. And the one thing that got me is the first story that really kind of launched off was Kurumu, which, and there's a lot of flaws in the story. There really is. But I kind of just like, you know what? What if she had a good guy? A guy that would commit. Not a guy that just wants to indulge in titties. Whatever. And so there we go. And then it just kind of worked from there. I've had no expectations. I don't know if there's a technique to do any of this. I've kind of just always done me. Hardest thing I've ever wrote. Origami, Ruby, Yukari, not released yet, but Stella Vermilion. Stella Vermilion I've tried like 3 times last year and it just didn't work out. The Misery Kraken fight. I hit a wall with my pawn with Reese at a point where I'm just kind of like, crap, I don't know the direction. Now it's sad. I waited 2 weeks and I'm like, wait a minute. Now this, I was afraid because I'm like, what if we have Reese pregnant? What if? Just a what if. And sure enough, it just worked. That was a gutsy decision and I just didn't. I'm not sure how people were going to take it, but it went very, very well. I'm pleased by it. Any Asia story planned? Yes, but don't know when. Uh, it's another hard one. Just simply because she's inseparable from Issei. How do you pull off someone who's so hooked on somebody? Well, Nate, I mean, I try to mentor a lot of people where if it's where if they pick up the pen or not, where if it's, skateboarding, writing, just a regular guy going to work. I mean, there are certain things you want to live by and well, I just keep kind of doing my own thing and there's a lot of lash that I've received over the years. Like someone was making fun of my learning disability today and I got so pissed. So pissed. And it's like a half hour away from clocking out of work. And I'm like, dude, you couldn't shut your mouth about that, really? Oh, I was steaming. But it happens. Yes, Twist. Yes. Let's see. Back to the Asius story. No date or anything changed. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I'm not sure if there's even going to be a frying pan. But it'll be done. Let's see. Favorite high school DxD girls. I've thought about this for so long. It kind of really depends on my mood. Edgy, feeling Zenovia. Sweet, Irina. Lovin', Rias, lustful, Akino. It's kind of about it. And some people would ask me Ravel, but fun fact, I'm actually not into blondes. Rarely, that is. Rarely. There are some exceptions. Ravel, there's just certain things that I personally think are overwhelming. But if you look at Rias, coming from a good family, a lot of money, very beautiful, very powerful, is a very sweet, loving, beautiful inside and out character. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize. You could have all the money in the world and you'd still treat everybody the same. You don't get that around here in beautiful New York. Let's see. What made High School DxD stand out and did influence anime tastes? Uh, I was actually talking to Hellfire Master a little bit before my boss called me and chewed me out at work. Uh, it's really the great girls that the series has. There's too many to count, and the original concept is kind of what drew me to it. Because sometimes you try and give it like 3 episodes, or sometimes it's just so cringy where you just have to stop. For me, Darwin the Franks after 3, gan, gan. Just because if you think that my stories are dark, I mean that series is just downright freaking depressing. But really, let's see. When it came to, when it comes to like, oh yeah, but I mean truly, rep. I'm kind of just like this. When it comes to, well, this is the concept. You have a Christian-based universe where it's like you have it's kind of like straight up. Oh, Sean, what's happening, man? Been a while. But seriously, you have devils, angels, fallen angels. 1, 2, and 3. I think it makes it simple. But then it's just like, hey, we have other gods. We have Valkyries. Now, mind you, Ross Weiss great. Wonderful character. But when you have a Christian based thing and you have all these other beliefs in there, it just becomes messy in how that ties in. And that's where it gets very confusing. And that's when you have to rewrite the script, go back and be like, oh, yeah, by the way, we're not just this, but we're also that. And I can't. I can't. I can't. Yeah, I know about Issei's kids, and he has like 8 of them. And I just can't deal, man. I really can't. But back to it. There's a time in my life where, well, I said about a dozen, probably more. He's probably gonna have like he's gonna have his own orphanage of kids that are blood related to him. But really, what kind of started this is there's that time where I was only working like 12 hours a week. It was January, February, and I couldn't really go out because I was literally just trying to budget so much, and instead of like very struggling to like put gas in my car and such, I literally did the cheapest thing out there, and that was get Netflix and watch some anime. And Rosario Vampire was the first thing that came to my mind. And well, months later, the Kuramu thing happened, and then they're like, "Hey, can you do Mizure? Can you do this? Can you do that?" It started with the girl that should have a great guy to all these amazing possibilities, and it actually became a lot bigger than I anticipated, and somehow I'm able to adapt to that. I'll check that out, Nate. Let's see. If you look at the tastes, I mean, it just kind of comes to the elements to it. There is a lot of harem out there that's just dry. Like an anime I like, Shuffle. There's the one girl I really like. There's 2 girls that have a chance, but there's some that it's just kind of like, it's like, are you trying? Like, there's some that just try too damn hard, and sometimes the way that the anime, productions actually hold this is just despicable. Like they'll have one girl be just ditz. They'll make one guy a prick, and he won't even know he's a prick. Uh, Seriously though, some of these girls deserve a lot more love. Kurmu, Zenobia, first 2 that stand out. Anyways, guys, I'm not sure if I'll be live tonight again, but I think that's about it for this one. If there's any more, I'll give you guys a minute. And we got a couple in here before I just get this and publish this one and then back to working my ass off trying to write something else. Anything? All right, if not, just comment below and I'll get to you, and I'll talk to you guys tonight. And stay awesome. Love you all. Later.